What's up YouTube, welcome back to another video on my channel Skotrix, and today as you can see we are back on NBA 2K20, and in this video I'm going to be giving y'all a little bit of a tutorial slash tips slash tricks video on how to guard two centers in NBA 2K20. Now this also works if people are running like a lockdown post scorer lineup, but in this specific gameplay this guy is running a glass lock and a post scorer, so I'm going to show y'all how me and Brandon guarded this, as well as giving you guys some tips on how you can guard it and how you can just play defense in general. I'll give you just some general defensive tips for perimeter and post defense. As you can see right here, I'm on my 2-8 3-point facilitator for this game, and Brandon's on a 6'11 glass lock, and like I said, these guys are running a glass lock and a post scorer. You can see their rep isn't that high, but if you look at their actual stats, it's clear that these guys do this all the time. They average 8 points a game, and they were playing on the 5K court in the stage. They were pretty good. They weren't amazing. I've seen better two center lineups, but they were definitely good enough for me to break down the gameplay for y'all and show you some tips and tricks. So without further ado, let's get right into it here. Now you can see as soon as my guy passes the ball, look at our positioning right here and what we do. You can see Brandon sits right on the elbow there in front of the post scorer, so he can't drive straight to the rim, but he's also blocking the passing lane to my guy, which I'm also doing, and our plan here is to switch. But what I need to do is make contact with the post scorer as high as possible, as close to the 3-point line as possible, and Brandon needs to be in the paint to protect the paint from the other guy. So what I do here is I take a wide angle. I'm going to pause it again right here, and you can see I'm basically blocking the passing lane right here while trying to set up an angle to cut off the center before he gets too close to the rim, but I need the other center to get behind Brandon first so that he can block off the passing lane, and I can go and make contact with the post scorer right here. Now my plan was just to try to pull the chair on this guy once he gets me back down. If you guys want to know how to pull the chair, I'm going to let you know in a second here, but this guy ended up just taking a really bad shot. I guess he could have made it, but I don't think that's really what he wanted to do. The center did get the rebound, and right here you can see I pulled the chair, but I was unsuccessful. Luckily, Brandon was able to activate Hall of Fame Intimidator, and we were able to control the ball right here. Then Brandon's able to clear it out and pass to me, and then basically our plan for offense, this wasn't a really good possession, so I'm going to tell y'all how to pull the chair on this possession, but our plan for offense was for me just to ISO the center and try and get open shots, and obviously if you're playing against two centers, you have to make your shots on offense. But anyways, to pull the chair, you have to be getting posted up by the big man, and then you hold L2 and flick up on the left stick as fast as possible. You can see that was a really terrible offensive possession, but it was our first possession on the game, so we're good. I fouled him. I probably shouldn't have, because I'm probably going to need my fouls later. That's one thing, again, when you're playing against centers, don't waste your fouls because you might need them. You might need to be reaching for the ball. Do not waste your fouls. I made a mistake right there. Here you can see we do the exact same thing as the first possession. He's spinning, so I'm having a tough time pulling the chair. Now he shot another fadeaway. I'm not really sure why he was doing this. He started shooting hook shots after this, but I don't know why he did this. I got a perfect side contest. That's what you got to do. I only got 17%, but it was the perfect contest for what you need in that situation. You just basically got to have the mindset of if he makes the shot, he makes the shot, but I know that I did everything I could to prevent it from going in, or at least have it as low of a chance as possible to going in. But then they made that weird tip off the rebound, which was just pure luck. I think it actually went off Brandon's hand and in, which I don't really know how that works, but it is what it is. You can see they shot 5 times already. We really weren't playing good at the start, but we start turning it up right here. Now you can see I couldn't get onto him, so what I did was I had to call off the switch to Brandon because my rebound on this build is only about 40, maybe 50 if I'm a high overall, but I'm not going to be able to get rebounds over center, no chance. So what I had to do is call off the switch with Brandon, and he's going to have to guard the post scorer for this possession, and we're going to give up an offensive rebound to the other center more than likely if he doesn't make the shot. But if we didn't do this and we tried to switch in this situation, he would have a wide open right hand drive. So this is what we had to do. We had to give up the rebound so that we could get another chance at a possession without giving up a score, and you could see he shot another fadeaway. I don't know why he did that, but he made that one. Lucky shot. Well, I mean, it is what it is with that. There's not really much you could do. Brandon couldn't jump. If you're the center on the team where you're playing against two centers, or if you're the big, whatever you're on a rebounding wing, you cannot jump. Now, right there, he got a good spin move on me. I couldn't connect on the back down, so I couldn't pull the chair. But he got a really, really good spin move, so that's, again, kind of lucky. But now Brandon's playing on the inbounder, and I'm playing on the guy coming up. And right here, I want to show you which we did right here. So Brandon is behind the play. He's behind both of the centers, and my job right here is to prevent the post scorer from getting into the paint below where Brandon's position is. So I have to wait until Brandon can get in front of the center with the ball so he can't drive right into the rim, and then I literally have to block the post scorer with my body. So that's what I do here. I literally just try and hold him in the spot without letting him go to the rim. It's kind of hard to do sometimes, but you can see it worked here. He had to pop out, which gave me better position because remember, I want to get onto his back as early as possible, but he spun by me anyway. And now here again, you can see I jumped twice, and let me pause it for a second here just so I can talk. You can see I jumped twice right there, even though I really didn't have to, but that's what you want to do. If you're playing guard, don't be afraid to jump at everything because you want to get as high a contest as possible. Hopefully you have Intimidator as high as you can get it on your build, and even if you don't, you still want to get as much of a covered percentage as possible. Brandon, on the other hand, cannot jump in that situation no matter what, because his job is to get rebounds. Even if he has to go out onto the big man to get a standing contest without jumping, his job is still to get back into the paint and guard the other center or to get rebounds on the missed shot, so he has to stay down no matter what. And now let's get back into it here. You can see the other center did end up getting the rebound, but because Brandon didn't jump, he was able to get into position to get 100% smothered. Then we get the ball back, he passes to me, and I green the three. Like I said, if you're playing offense against two bigs, you need to be hitting your shots. That's like the main thing, because if you give them 10 possessions, right, you miss like 10 shots or even like 5 or 6 shots, you're more than likely going to lose the game, especially because your center's not going to be able to get rebounds in the paint with 2 centers in there. So you can see I greened again. If you have a slasher, you know, you might have a tough time if you're on a slasher and your teammate's on a center that maybe can't shoot or something, because I don't know really how you'd have to play that. But how I like to do it is ISO the center. Even if you do have a slasher, you basically have to ISO the center. You can see Brandon hit a really good shot right there. You really have to ISO the center when you're on your guard. That's the only way you could do it. You can't set screens because they'll just switch. So it's not that hard to play against the center like this. Just be smart. Keep trying to bait him with drives, like go in and then come back out and try and shoot, like you can see I'm doing right here. I'm trying to bait him so that he goes back for the drive. He did right there. Shoot a wide open green. That's how you got to play it really, because they're so slow. They're going to have a tough time maneuvering. And I don't have any playmaking in this build either. So if you have playmaking in your build, you're going to have a lot easier time even ISOing these centers. Again, shoot a little fadeaway right there. Not a good shot, but I'm actually able to get the rebound, which is crazy because my offensive rebound is like 30 or 40. Luckily I got it. I hit Brandon. He greened. That was a good shot. So now we're actually up 14-6 at this point, but we know we do not want to give them the ball back. I'm really close to my takeover, and I have the lockdown takeover on this build, so it would actually help me guard the post scorer quite a bit. I hit a white there, which was super lucky, and I got my takeover right there, so now I can reach on the post scorer if he tries to spin and probably get him to pick up the ball. If you guys don't have the takeover, you know, let's say you have like the sharpshooter takeover, still, it doesn't matter, it'll still help you out, because obviously if you have the sharpshooter takeover, you could shoot better. If you have the playmaking takeover, you could ISO the center better. I green again there. So any takeover that you have, if you're able to get it, it will help you so much playing against 2 centers. You really need takeover. And now we're at 19. We do actually end up selling the game right here. Well, not the game, but the possession. Well, I get fouled right there, and we do end up selling. They do get the ball back, so I'll give you guys some more defensive tips right here. But first, you got to watch me sell the possession right here. Now, right here, Brandon really should not have drove into the 7-3 post scorer. It barely worked out for us. We got super lucky on the bailout pass. It hit my arm, and I ended up catching it. Usually that never happens. Then I hit Brandon right here. He tries to drive again on the 7-3 center. I don't know why he did that twice, but it is what it is. And then I end up getting locked up by him with only 4 seconds left. I have to basically force up a shot, and there's nothing I can really do about that. And then they get an easy dunk where me and Brandon are both out of position. Nothing we can really do about that either. But it's okay because we know our game plan. We know it's going to work. We got to switch me onto the center, and then I try to pull the chair as much as possible. If I can't get it, Brandon has to stay down to get rebounds. I have to jump to get as high of a contest as possible. And if they get an offensive rebound, that's okay. We just got to make sure that we're still in position. You can see right here, I got a really good steal. That's what I was talking about with the lockdown takeover. If you have that takeover, you can do that to the post scorers. But I know a lot of you probably don't have that takeover. And then this guy shoots a mid-range. I don't know why he did that. He really should have hit the post scorer and tried to do like what they've been doing the whole game. But then I shoot an easy close shot and we win the game just like that. Easy 5,000 VC in the stage against 2 centers who both averaged over 8 points a game. It's pretty clear that they do this to everybody they play against, and you can see I got one of the jackpot tiers right there too. I was getting a little bit excited, but I didn't win it. But anyways, that's going to be it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully this video helped you out a little bit in guarding centers or guarding lockdown, post score, whatever you're playing against. Hopefully this helped you out. And if it did, please consider liking the video and subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. I'm going to be doing daily uploads once 2K21 comes out, and I'm switching over to Twitch for streaming. If you guys didn't see my most recent video, I'll have the link in the description to my Twitch, so y'all can go follow me over there. I really appreciate it. But that's gonna be it. Alright, peace.